So I've say some old Mohadito legends say, if two numbers are in a book, then their sum also appears in the book. If a number appears in the book and you multiply it by 5, then the result is also in the book. If two numbers are in a book, then their product also appears in the book. Which of these legends is always true? Is any of these legends false? We're in an argument to convince Mohol, the king of Mohadito land. You can include some pictures. So our first one, the two sums, this is false. And the reason behind it is because let's just come up with some numbers that are in the book. So like 9, 13, 17, 21, okay? And if you add these, 9 plus 13 is like 22, 9 plus 9 is 18, 17 plus 21 is 38. And what do you realize? That the output is even. And if you remember, by looking at the chart, all the numbers or the water molecules in the book is odd. And if you add an odd, it becomes even. And even numbers are not in the book. So even numbers, not in book. So this is false. If a number appears in a book and you multiply by 5, then the result is also in a book. This is true. Again, let's use some numbers. For example, like 9, 13, I'll just use like 17, for example. And if you multiply by 5, so like 9 times 5 is 45, 13 times 5 is like 65, 17 times 5, I believe is 85. And all these are in the book. Obviously, we could just test it out in this formula. Subtract 5, divided by 2, 20. This is, I'm just going to do this. So this becomes 30. And then this becomes, I believe, 40. So these are on the book. Or if you remember the other formula, 4x plus 1, if you actually multiply this by 5, you actually get 20x plus 5. And if you can see that 45, 65, and 85 are actually in form of this. This is just 1x is 1. No, x is 2, excuse me. And this is 1x is 3. And this is 1x is 4. So this works out. So it says that if two numbers are in a book, then their product also appears in the book. So let's use this slider here. And then let's just see the two numbers, let's say, is 4x plus 1 and 4y plus 1, again, where x and y is greater than 1. And we could use a rectangle as a model for to figure out why this works. So let's draw a rectangle really quick. This. And then let's just kind of divide this up right here, like this. And then let's call this is 4x and plus 1, and then 4y plus 1. Now, these boxes are going to multiply. So right here, it's going to be 4x times 4y. And this will be 4x because it's times 1, 4y, and this is 1. Now, again, in order to add this up, let's add this up because, again, kind of multiplying out the area. So 4x times 4y plus 4y plus 4x plus 1. And this is all multiples of 4 right here. So it should technically work, right? So let's just use an example. Let's just say that x and y are just both 2. We use 2, then it becomes 8 times 8 plus 8 plus 8, then plus 1, right? So 64 plus 16 plus 1, which is 81. And remember, and 81 is for sure in the book. Let's just, just double check, right? Yep, it's in the book. So by using the rectangle diagram, that we know that, again, because these are multiples of 4, and then you add 1, that, well, if you multiply the numbers are in a book, then they are definitely in the book.